So it happened sooner than I actually thought that it was going to happen. Phoebe, you and me in the review. Let's go.
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want to put my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie?
Hey y'all, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is Basketball Wives. My goodness, this is season 8, episode 7. As I said, it happened faster than I thought it was going to happen. Miss Phoebe, I'm going to have to yank you, girl. I'm going to have to yank you, but we're going to get to it. But this whole episode should have been named hashtag BP and PP. Listen. All this backpedaling, oh my goodness. Y'all backpedal so much in this episode till my calves are literally sore. My calves are sore from watching y'all backpedaling. A hot mess. Let's go. First thing, OG basically is start talking. She started talking. They got everything, situated with Jen and Evelyn. And they're like, okay, cool, no problem. Then here comes OG. Now she wants her moment, right? So she starts talking with this Kristen and Malaysia mess. And I was like, okay, so she's talking. And as she's speaking, she ain't even realizing you're basically confirming that Cece and Byron put a battery in your damn back and sent you out onto the streets to do their bidding. Goofball. So I'm like, just say it. Just say it. And she's like, yeah, they told me things and they wanted me to say it. And I'm like, are you listening to yourself? They told me things they wanted me to say. Do you know what I would do to an adult that was trying to tell me something they wanted me to say? Same dumb stuff why Malaysia and Jen ain't speaking right now. This whole thing of manipulating people and putting them up to do your dirty work. Malaysia and Jen are on the outs right now for this same dumb shit. Just stupid. Stupid. Where are these people? These type of people. Where do they grow them? I just don't, they can't be created regularly. They've got to grow somebody that looks like OG and is stupid as OG. Couldn't do it. Moving on. We see Cece sit with her family. Baby, her family was giving her, they were not on board with what she had going on at all and told her, you need to fix it. How is it going to look? You're marrying Byron and none of his kids are going to be at the wedding. And ain't nobody getting along. These people, for whatever reason, I guess Cece came from a decent family. She's just not decent. Because they were not, her mother, and I think that was her brother, were completely not on board with what she has going on. I said, look at that. Even your own family knows you're a stinking bitch. Horrible. Horrible, horrible. And the more we go on, the less I like Cece. And people, oh, James, you're just so mean. Yeah, I am. I am. I don't like bitches like Cece. Cece thinks she's slick. She thinks she's slick and she is grimy. Grimy, grimy, grimy. And I know I don't like her. Not at all. And I don't like OG either. I really don't. I really don't. And I know she has a fan base. There's people that like OG. I know I see them because they attack me weekly and I don't give a shit. I don't like OG. She's a goon. She's an absolute goon. And she tries to be a bully. Girl, what do I think about you, OG? Anyway, moving on. So we got Jackie and Evelyn sitting down talking to Malaysia. And I was on board with Malaysia. Malaysia was kind of softening to the whole thing. But then when Evelyn kind of came in and was like, it was given very much of, see, I made up with Jen, so you should make up with Jen. It didn't go well, and it really did make Malaysia retreat, because earlier, before that, Malaysia actually was talking positively about possibly moving forward with Jen and getting things straightened out. She had even actually said that she would apologize about throwing the table at her, but she don't want to be persuaded to make it. See, I ain't into that either. You can go ahead and make up with whoever you want to make up with, but that don't make me make up with them. You do what you do. I am a complete individual. I don't give a shit if what they did to you has been patched up. If what they did to me has not been patched up, then you damn well don't come to me talking that bullshit about me making up with nobody, because it just sounds stupid. It sounds stupid. I've never been a rider on the Sweet Pickles bus. I've always been the goddamn driver on the Sweet Pickles bus. You don't tell me how to conduct myself. You do what it is that you do, or what you think that you're doing. Don't worry about what the hell I'm doing. And that's where Malaysia was, and I was here for it. I said, I know that's right, Malaysia. Girl, fuck them, that bullshit. So, moving on. Then there was a conversation down at the little house with OG, Dominique, and Jen. Now, I hope y'all were paying attention. See, because I like I said last week, you almost got me, Jen, bitch. But you ain't get me, bitch. I see you, whore. I see you. And I don't trust you no further than I can see your big, long head, you damn drink catcher. You know that's who she is, honey, the drink catcher. Zoosh and shh. They gave Jen in this show, in this existence, they gave Jen a drink every way, Ariel, that you can give it to her, other than just handing it to her in her hand. You fucking drink catching whore. Anyway, but Dom was saying, I like these girls. These girls is cool as hell. I like them. I'm having a good time. And then she was like, yeah, and I'm glad, me and Ev was able to squash that. She's cool. She's cool as hell. I like these girls. She's like, and I really like Malaysia, too. Malaysia's cool. Did you all see Jennifer's face, honey? She was so tight, honey, over there looking like the damn Grinch, honey. I said, not the Grinch with a Peruvian weave, honey. I said, girl, you fucking mess. She was just as evil, baby. She was evil. She did not like it. And then she even actually addressed it in her confessional. I'm not bothered by the fact that Dominique likes these girls or likes Malaysia, this, that, thing, and the other. And this, she's all shady and stuff in that confessional. I said, look at you. Look at you. You like mess. You like being in the mess. And this ain't nothing but a little piece of some type of a puzzle of a game that you're playing. Jennifer, somebody is going to beat your ass. And I am going to be over here clapping. I'm going to be over here clapping. I hope y'all see her, honey. Y'all keep thinking I'm just being mean to OG and being mean to Jen. It's just that I see OG and I see Jen. And I know that they're both full of 2 bags of stinking dog shit. And I'm just not here for it. I see them. They are so full of it. And Jen is still on the bullshit. Okay, going on. So they have this dinner. And Phoebe was starting to get on Shawnee's nerves. You can see it. She got her little ghetto thing going, and then she's doing all this fussing. You fuss him out the food, and you fuss him out all this little ghetto stuff. And it, I think Shawnee likes Phoebe, but that little ghetto behavior, it is aggravating. When you go places with people that don't know how to act, it gets to be a little bit much after a while. It goes from a point of me being, it'll go through a thing where you kind of laugh it off first. Then it gets to a point where you're embarrassed for them because they don't have enough sense to be embarrassed for themselves. And then it just goes into a thing where they just start getting on your nerves. You'd be like, you know what? Really? Never been nowhere. Don't know how to act. It just gets to be a little bit much after a while. Then they went ahead and they did this prayer. They had OG do the prayer. So she's over there doing the prayer. And this is the thing. Is it me? Or is OG just the most miserable bitch there? She just miserable, and everybody's on the same page except for OG. Just miserable. Why are you here? Why are you even here? Anyway, she does the prayer. Jackie, or her retarded ass, decides to compare herself to Jesus. Miss Jackie, you may not want to do that, girl. You may want to go sit your messy ass down and don't ever sit around and compare yourself to our Lord and Savior. The hell's wrong with you? Damn clown. Anyway. So OG decides at the table to go for Malaysia. And Malaysia wouldn't even play in. Malaysia was like, yeah, you're right. You're right. I was wrong. Timing was all wrong. You're right. I was wrong. She was shutting it down before it even gets started. And she's like, no. I don't want you to just be passive. I want you to hear what I'm saying. I said, see, that old bullying shit. Ain't nobody got time for that. And Malaysia, yes, I seen you all in the comments last week talking about Malaysia can't whoop OG and all that shit y'all talking. But OG can't whoop everybody's ass. You need to know. OG can't whoop everybody's ass. She may be able to beat Malaysia, but Malaysia's not scared of OG. She's not scared of OG. She was trying to shut it down because she just didn't want to go up into it. OG trying to play bully. I said, a mess. A mess. A mess. She said, like I said, the timing wasn't right. But I ain't taking back none of what I said, OG. And then Evelyn stepped into it because it was ridiculous. Evelyn stepped in and said, you know what, OG, the thing is, like, you really are like butting into some business that really don't have nothing to do with you, boo. It don't have nothing to do with you, and you need to get out of it. And the fact of the matter is, Cece has used you. She's used you, honey, to cause discord, and you've fallen for it. And it's still time now where you could actually just get out of it, and it won't be such a mess. Just leave it alone. But OG just don't want to do that. She wants to be an old, mean, evil bitch. That's what she wanted to do. So they ended up cutting it because they were like, okay, Phoebe was like, oh, I got this in my video. I want to show y'all downstairs. I want to show y'all my new video. She all excited. Now, remember, we talked about this, honey, about she did a rap about OG stinking ass. Didn't I, Jen? Now, you ain't been out of the shit but 5 minutes. Literally 5 minutes. 5 TV minutes. Which is 3 minutes in real time, child. She literally done pull OG to the side and tells her about the rap with Phoebe. So in essence, now you done started some shit. So before they get to go downstairs and watch the video, now OG go in there and she just goes straight for Phoebe. She went there with straight for Phoebe. She was like, Jill was like, now I don't want to start nothing, but I don't want you to be blindsided. Yeah, nice way of saying, girl, I'm starting this little shit here. Pay attention, huh? I said, that chin. So then OG approached Phoebe and was like, I hear you wrote some lyrics about me and something about me wearing a fake shirt or whatever. And here's where my problem comes in. Phoebe, I told you. Didn't I tell you I didn't want to hear no crying and no whining, and I don't want to hear nothing about you being no victim? I said that to you, didn't I? Now, I really didn't say, don't go in there and backpedal and pussy pop, but you should have knew better. Phoebe, your stinking ass is out of order because you stood right there. Now, you were messy from the door. You were a messy bitch. And I was here for it. It's cool because I don't like OG either. You were a messy bitch. Now, the thing is, it's no problem with being a messy bitch, but you must admit to being a messy bitch and you carry it out all the way to completion. You sat your ass over there and backpedal and pussy pop and sat there. Where big old tough Phoebe go? Where did tough Phoebe go? Because I don't understand this person that sat over there and listened to Lil Ugly tell them, come on and catch this fade and let me make an example out of you and we move on. And I would kill you with my bare hands, but I'm not going to do that. And you sat over there drinking that wine that you've been fussing that you don't like. And you ain't say nothing. What bad bitch does that? Because, see, I don't even profess to be no bad bitch. But what I'm not going to do is listen to no bitch threatening me. I don't play threats. I ain't into it. I don't play threats, and you definitely ain't sitting in my face telling me how you going to whoop my ass. Do you realize that even if I didn't think that I could whoop you, I'm not sitting listening to you tell me how you going to whoop my ass. If you feel bold enough to tell me you're going to whoop my ass, then by golly George, I'm going to give you full access to all of it. The whole and all. Come on, motherfucker. Ain't nobody sitting telling me how they going to whoop my ass. That's crazy. Just sitting there. Ain't got no gun, ain't got no knife, nothing like that. Just a bitch that just feel bad. I ain't over there telling you how to sitting in the room with you. Not no keyboard gangster shit, because ain't nobody worry about no keyboard gangster shit, because you know those motherfucking keyboard gangsters ain't going to do nothing but talk, and then when they see you, they going to say, oh, I didn't mean it. I'm so glad to meet you in person. The fuck out of here. But a bitch just sit across from you in the room and tell you come on and catch this fade, bitch, and you ain't start swinging, I'm still sitting there waiting on you to get to swinging, Phoebe. And you started it. You fucking started it. I told you I could ride with you being wrong because I like you. So I could ride with you being wrong. You know, it's like, you wrong, but I'm going to call you out and tell you wrong. But the punk shit, I can't do it, Phoebe. So I'm going to have to put you down. I'm going to have to put you down because, girl, you just came up on the ain't shit radar for me. You started it. You talked about that girl and then tried to backpedal on pussy pop and act like you were. Well, it really wasn't about you, bitch. It was about her. It was about her, and it was solely about her. You took an ink pen and you wrote it about her. You look foolish in these streets. And then she threatened you, and you punked and cowered all the way down to the point that Shawnee had to save you. Shawnee had to talk her out of banging you. Are you serious? Bye, Phoebe. You can't ride the pickles, sweet pickles bus with me, Phoebe. Get on out of here, girl. That was a hot mess. But nobody liked it. Like, everybody was like, what? Wait a minute. Hold on. OG. And she was just bullying. She really was bullying because she peeped your hook hard and she bullied you. Which I ain't with that bullying thing. And, you know, and OG, that's what they told girl. This was all this aggression. But she do always go to that because OG, Lil Ugly, she really do believe that she could whoop all their ass. So that's like her go-to. Is that I'll beat your ass. I'm going to do and say as I please. And if you try to debunk what I'm saying, I'll beat your ass. So, listen, I can't wait for you to get into it with the right one. Where the fuck is Tammy when you need her? That's what I want to see. I want to see you go with the other bully. I want you and Tammy to lock heads and get to arguing and see if you threaten to whoop Tammy's ass. I'd love to see how that play out. Would you do that to Tammy when you try to bully Miss Tammy? Because I ain't even no big Tammy fan, but baby, I would stand right in the corner and be like, go on and get her, Miss Tammy. Get her, honey. Because I don't like, and I don't not like Tammy. I'm just not a big Tammy fan. OG, I don't like you. I just flat out don't like you. And Tammy can be a bit of a bully. But there's things about Tammy that I really do like. I think she's funny. You know, sometimes she be really short. Sometimes she fucks it up. A lot of times fucks it up. But there's things about Tammy that I do like. I ain't found nothing about OG that I like yet. You look a fool. You act a fool. You carry on like a mess. You're ugly. Anyway, moving on. So I was like, I ain't care for all that. And the funny thing was nobody in the room was like up for that. Nobody liked it. Nobody thought it was cute. So anyway, they go downstairs to watch the video. And the video ain't even, you know, for the song that she wrote about OG. Cute little video, you know. Jackie, what you doing? What you doing, Jackie? So you go in your confessional and throw shade at Phoebe? That's not the last we're going to hear of that. I don't think that's the last we're going to hear of that. Now, I do believe Phoebe will cuss Jackie the fuck out. I do believe that. I believe Jackie. I believe Phoebe will cuss Jackie out, and then Jackie will try to bully and try to get to doing all that loud screaming and hollering and jumping around. So I'm kind of looking forward to that because I think that's what's getting ready to happen. Jackie taking pot shots now at Phoebe, and it really was unnecessary to even sit in that confessional and make those shady comments about that girl's video. There was no purpose in it at all, Jackie Christie, with your crunchy makeup. That was just crunchy fucking blue eyeshadow Jackie. Wasn't even necessary. You've been doing good this whole season with kind of like staying neutral and being cool. That was a whole bitchy Jackie. That was just a whole bitchy Jackie little situation. Like you just wanted to get a little shine and wanted to make the joke out of somebody. But I believe Phoebe gonna cuss your old ass out at some point in there. And you'll deserve it. Anyway, moving on. So again, I just think that OG and then all the girls after that they went and they were dancing and stuff. They was having themselves a good old time. And OG wasn't even so I'm going to go to bed. And she wasn't even in the same room with them. Why are you there? Why are you there? Because you're fucking miserable. You're miserable. I ain't never understood when you want to be alone, you should be alone. Stay out of people. Get away from people. Why are you here? You've been miserable since you've been there. Fucking evil bitch. Anyway, moving on. So they go back home. They go back over to LA. Kristen's sitting down with Thomas. And, she's feeling as though they got everything together and everything's going to be cool. And, they could just kind of like patch up the family and move on, baby. And Thomas is, No, Thomas is still feeling some kind of way. And it ain't so much with Byron. He's like, oh, I'm glad, that there's some clarification with my dad and that he didn't just throw us under the bus like that or whatever, or throw me under the bus like that or whatever. But that CC, he's completely over CC. He don't have it for CC at all, and he doesn't want to go to the wedding. He's over it. I was like, ooh, good luck with that. And I don't like Cece either. She's ridiculous. Then we had a scene with Cece and Byron. And she sitting down with OG. OG went right to him. And they get to talking. And Byron, now you the one that turns around and backpedals and pussy pop. I said, what the hell? When OG went up at them and started talking and saying, she wanted to approach the thing that the people were saying basically that they basically set her up, put a battery in her back. And they're like, oh, no, girl, no. No, and that's what they did. And the whole thing when OG said, what is this thing about ammunition? Like, where did the word ammunition ever come into play? That Byron sat his ass right over there and said, oh, ammunition. I don't want no ammunition. I ain't said nothing about no ammunition. I never said nothing like that. Backpedal and pussy pop, honey. And VH1 blew it right on up in there, baby, and ran the scene back. Who said ammunition? Because they put it over there. Cece slid it right on over there with Malaysia. I don't know where she would have got that from. I don't know where that word came. Not Malaysia. We've seen a conversation with Byron in Malaysia. We've seen the 900 conversations with CC in Malaysia. Never one time did she ever come up with ammunition herself. The first time you heard ammunition was a conversation between Byron and CC. That's where the word ammunition came from. Byron sat right up there and said, I never used the word ammunition. And VH1 played it right back where he did say it. That was a conversation between him and Cece. And then Cece got in her confessional and said, well, I stand behind my man. And whatever my man says this conversation is, then that's what we said, and that's that. Because that bitch remembered that ammunition came out of Byron's mouth. And that she knew that Byron was backpedaling, pussy popping, and leaving the shit lay on Malaysia. And Cece said, well, whatever Byron's doing, that's what I'm doing. And I said, you know what? I'm going to laugh and cry for you all right now, Cece, because all this stuff you're doing, I hope you continue to do this. Continue to do this. Whatever Byron says, whatever Byron, Byron is always right, because that's going to be a fantastic marriage you have when Byron decides to flip on you. Nobody going to be sitting around listening to none of your crying and whining. Whatever Byron says, remember, shut the hell up and do and agree with everything Byron says, you stupid ass.